Look how beautiful our background is. I've heard from so many of y'all about our Gumpfrina wreath. Hey, flower friends. Welcome to the live gardening show. It is your friend, Lisa. And friends, we are in it today. We have so much fun lined up. How about this beautiful kale? How pretty is this? This is what Susie Q is going to use for the Bouquet studio later in the show today. Excited about that. I've gotten a little with the spirit. I got my little elf hat on. And friends, we got a lot going on today, and we just really want to say thank you to you guys. That's why today is the gratitude show, and we just have the best customers and want to thank you for your continuous, ongoing support in all areas, for our small business, for the families that work here, and we're doing that by having a gratitude sale. And that is 20% off in-stock products on the website and here inside the app. There are some exclusions: no pre-orders, courses, clubs, or gift certificates, nor previous purchases. But friends, you know, I've already switched from Christmas shopping mode to Lisa mode, right? So this is the time to really think about getting yourself your peas in a row for your garden. And we're also having the Bouquet studio. We have a live prize drawing, as we always do every week. And then we'll wrap up the show with a live Q&A at the end. So if you have a question that you'd like for me to try to answer, just put in the comments the @Lisa and whatever your question is, and we'll take some of those at the end of the show. So friends, we thank you guys so much for sharing the word about our show. If you're in the app, there's a share button down at the bottom. You can let your friends know that you're here, and we love it when y'all do that. And then remember, friends, when you're checking out here in the app, please double check your email address and your cell phone number. There's frequently typos, and we need that for shipping to you. So please check that out. And y'all, if you are just learning about us or happening upon us here on social media, I want you to know we have a phone app. And the phone app is free, and the experience is so different, and you get to do more stuff inside the app. So to get the app, you simply can right now jump over to your phone's app store, search Gardener's Workshop. We have two apps. You want to download the Shop app. It's free, and that will allow you to actually watch replays, to communicate with the other live viewers. You can submit questions. We can't see you when you're on social media. We can't see your comments and talk to you. So get the app and check it out. And one of the really special things here inside the app is we offer special shipping rates that only apply here inside the app. That is, when you do a seed packet only order, we pay the shipping. So the shipping is free to you when you only order seed packets. Product shipping is capped at $11.95. That means it doesn't matter how many products you buy, and even if you purchase a product that normally has higher shipping, we offer it to you one time, $11.95 for products. We do ship to all 50 of the United States, and friends, just remember, these special shipping rates are only here in the app. They cannot apply over on the website. So I want you also to know that we frequently sell out of stuff that we show and talk about here in the live show. So if you go to a product and it says, sorry, out of stock, get notified. You might want to hit that get notified, because our phone app and our website do not communicate. The team may just be grabbing some stock from the big website and bringing it over here to the app. And that means your phone will give you a little ding to say, hey, it's back in stock. And lastly, for announcements, friends, if you see people posting the sunflower emoji, those are the TGW family. And our family is our online course students and members of my members-only private flower farmer club. And we just love it when they're throwing love at us. And that's what we feel when we see all of those sunflowers. All right, friends, it's time to sign up for the giveaway. We're giving away one lucky in-app person will receive the $25 store credit in their cart. We're going to pull this at the end of the show. If you hit the button now to get on the wait list, that's just the list that we use to pull this from. And we will pull it at the end, and you have to be here to actually claim it, right? So this show is really all about y'all, right? And you are customers. And so I hope that y'all will do this. Drop in the comments telling us an accomplishment or something that you have learned this year that has just helped your growing game, your gardening, your seed starting. Maybe it's making bouquets or conditioning or anything like that. And I'm going to read some of those comments throughout the show and celebrate right along with you. I'll start it off by saying, you know what I've done this year that I have never done before is we have a new cool flower that'll be coming on this coming year, and I successfully direct sowed it, which I didn't have good luck in the past. That's kind of what held me back. And I can't wait for y'all to actually be able to get it also, and it's lupins. And I think everybody's gonna be super excited about that. And I'm like, I go out there and just stare at them in the garden thinking, I can't believe I finally done this. So there is me being able, I just kept trying and I finally made a success. All right, so the tip of the day. All right, so something that I talk a lot about, especially to my flower farming people that are starting businesses, is that you just really need to take some time during the slower growing season to reflect on the good stuff, the things that how far you have come, and maybe you grew something new, or you gifted flowers to new folks, or maybe you sold your first flowers. That could be it. Or maybe you finally got something to germinate. Maybe it was bells of Ireland or poppies or, lupins for me, right? And, if you are just starting out and you just learned something, a new step or something was revealed, really need to take time to think back, okay, I mastered that. Now what can I do? And we want to celebrate along with you. And we're just so thankful that y'all are on this gardening journey with us. I find that what happens when I do reflect, and I mentioned earlier that I'm a journaler, and I don't write a lot. I just write down my problems a lot of times, things that I'm struggling with at that current time. And I can't tell you, when it's happening, it feels like the sky has fallen, right? But you look back like 6 months later and it's like, why did I have my britches in a knot over that, right? And it's like, it just makes you feel like you can face anything. So there is so much value in reflecting back on or thinking back on what you've actually overcome. It helps you to tackle the next mountain, or lightning bolt that comes along. And we're just so, we just love working with all of you guys and having you as customers and the interaction that we have. And I just hope this time will really help you to know that we appreciate you guys and how much you all do for our small business. And we appreciate it so very, very much. We appreciate each and every one of you. All right, here we go.
So Karen says, be more patient in the spring weather-wise.
Yeah, yes. that takes practice.
Yes. And Susie says, using mosquito bits for fungus gnats. Good one. And then Anna said, I prepared my seed starting calendar. Yay!
So anyway, so y'all keep the comments coming because we just want y'all to be successful in your journey. And so items that you can use now that may help you, like maybe up your game. We're right around the corner from very early spring seed starting and then planting time. So I'm just going to highlight some stuff that might help it. And remember, y'all, all this stuff is 20% off. And that's why I'm giving you liberation. This is not about Christmas presents, y'all. This is about stuff to help you because we're thankful for you, right? All right. So first up, I don't talk about this book enough. This is my Vegetables Love Flowers book. And it's really about the benefit of growing flowers in the presence of vegetables because it's all the good company that flowers keep and invite to your garden, like pollinators, beneficial insects, birds, all those kind of good guys, right? And this book really includes my gardening philosophy. And when you purchase it from us, it also comes with a video book study. On sale is $20.76. And you know, I sign every book, and books always come with the bonus from us. So this is a great one just to keep in your arsenal. The back portion of the book just really talks about how I kind of tackle stuff, and love that. And then it also is available in a set. So the book kind of tells you how to set up a little cutting garden, whether it's in your vegetable patch or not. So this book is really not about vegetables, it's about a cutting garden. And this seed collection is the perfect one. This is called the Cut Flower Garden Seed Collection, and it has a little diagram, 6 individual packs of seeds, which are the workhorses of our flower farm and still are. So you can get both of these on sale, plus the video book study for $40.21. I mean, that's a really great price. So that is really cool. And speaking of cool, my book, Cool Flowers, y'all. So if you are just kind of learning about cool season hardy annuals, those are flowers like bells of Ireland, snapdragons, sweet peas, poppies, and learning about the cool flower concept, which is basically figuring out the proper timing for your garden to plant these cool lovers. This little book is the jumping off part, the point. You know, it's an easy read. It's only about 150 pages, and it has also a video book study that goes along with it. And y'all, on sale, it's only $18.36. This is just one you want to have in your arsenal for sure. And we also have a set that you can get with this, with the seed collection. This is the Cool Season Seed Collection. These are all direct sown seeds. It too has a little diagram for a 3x10 cutting garden. And this is just a great companion startup. So this is $37.93 for both of these, y'all. And while we can't guarantee Christmas shipments at this point in time, you know, this is a great gift idea. And so that is the Cool Flower book. All right.
So Sam says, hi Sam. Sam says, I'm getting better at ripping out beds rather than holding out for an extra harvest. Smart. And then Melissa says, whoops, where did it go?
I did that the other day.
Where did it go?
Did that exact thing. I couldn't find. You gotta go up. There
Gotta
you
go up. I wanted to read Melissa's. I believe Melissa said that she planted cool flowers for the first time.
There she is. Your finger was on it.
Yep, I planted cool flowers for the first time. Way to go.
And I want to say Sam's comment about getting better about pulling out beds, that is the secret to being a great succession planner. Pulling flowers out when you're supposed to so you can get new ones back in the ground, so way to go there. All right, so did y'all know that we have a new edition of the Cut Flower Handbook? Y'all look at this, spiral bound. Totally love this. This is one of the things I love the most. Opening it up to a certain page and being able to fold it over, or when you lay it on a table. You know, if you're doing research work, planning your garden, whatever, being able to lay it flat on a table like this is pretty, I mean, you just don't know how much you're gonna love it until you actually have it. So this is the same Cut Flower Handbook. Still comes with the bonus of the flowers that we couldn't fit into the book. This regular price, because y'all, we have to pay to have this done, right? We buy the books and send them somewhere to get this done. The book is normally $44.95, but it is on sale through the weekend for $35.96. And that is a great opportunity. So that is the Cut Flower Handbook. And then we also still have, I need that seed collection back. We still have the regular edition that has its beautiful spine still attached, right? And it comes with the PDF download of the 6 flowers. And we have put it in a set with that same Cut Flower Seed Collection, which has the diagram on the back for the 3x10. And this is $43.28 for both of these. So that's just a great way to get started.
And I just wanted to say, Susanna said, buying your books. I refer to them almost every single day.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Me too, believe it or not. I don't remember all this stuff, y'all. That I've learned through this whole growing operation all these years is to not try to memorize the things that I can look up quick and easily, because there's too much other stuff to remember, right? All right, so the calendar journal. So if you've already pre-ordered your calendar, they're slated according to the printer who changed the shipping date, right? Pushed it back. We're expecting to receive them the week of Christmas, and that you should have them the first week in January is the tentative plan. All pre-orders get invited to a free workshop, y'all. That's why you want to pre-order the calendar. And we're anticipating that workshop is going to be January 12th, and that's tentative based on when we actually receive them. So they will not come to you with gem clips like this, y'all. It'll be spiral bound. This is a hard copy. But this is the size of the calendar journal, which is what makes it so useful. It's 20 inches by 30 inches. This is the cover, and then inside the front page is the instruction sheet, which you'll actually, and I can never get the page. The inside first page are all my instructions and the 9 planting windows and how you are going to plug in your dates and temperature to work through these. This is what we're going to go through during the workshop, right? So you want to pre-order this. It's $39.95 plus shipping, and we are anticipating hourly when they're going to get here, but it'll be great once you do, and this turns into the best gardening journal you can have for your garden. It also has the QR code where you can download and print my seed starting worksheet, and the combination of these is an amazing way to just sit down and plan your whole season out.
All right. Leanne says, one of the biggest things we've learned on our farm is to trust the process. We doubted sowing bells this fall because we didn't trust they would come up. When we didn't see quick germination, we sowed again. Now we have gobs of bells. What a happy problem.
You know
We've done that before.
I was going to say, sister, does this sound familiar?
Yes.
And you know what? You say and trust the process, and y'all will see it. I'll be posting it. Susie, our show producer here, is actually a pottery person. And there's been a little piece of paper sitting on my desk for years, y'all, that says, trust the process. It's on my desk at the office where I pay bills. You know, you're always worried, is there enough to go around? And she made me a little pottery tray that says trust the process. And I've got it next to my seat in the house. I hope put paper clips in it. But I can't wait now. I mean, it's so, you've got to trust, y'all. You just have to trust, right? Millions of people have done this before us, right? And so that's what you have to actually trust. Reminder that the 20% off all in-stock products here in the app and on the store is valid through Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern time. There are
Change that to midnight.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's going till midnight Sunday, y'all. I was thinking that. So it is midnight on Sunday, and it's not valid on pre-orders, courses, club memberships, gift certificates, or prior purchases. And remember, it's also over on our big website. All right. So what is an amazing thing to get going this time of the year, but also when it's 20% off, is our seed starting stuff. Stand by, y'all. Talk for a minute, sister.
This is a short break while Lisa gets a drink of water. We know a lot of you out there are sick because we are all sick around here. So keep yourself healthy and take care of yourselves.
All right. So the Soil Block Maker Kit is the #1 item we've sold since 2005. And I'm going to show you how I make small blocks. You want to fix the camera?
Yep, coming down.
So this tub has some of the ready-made mix, and it's already been moistened. This is the small blocker. We import these from England. And just pushing this in, filling up the tool. Potato masher, best tool for actually striking off the bottom. And then we use flat bottom trays with no drainage holes, which means you can do this anywhere in your house, y'all, without worrying about getting water mess everywhere. And just that quickly, we just made 20 of the little 3/4 inch blocks. Now, this kit is already 19% off, friends, and it's on another 20% off now. So it's on sale for $71.90. You get all this great stuff, which we're going to look at in just a minute. All right, so I guess I need to hold on to this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read ahead. I think I need, am I not making large blocks?
No.
Oh, okay. So am I showing the small blocker
Yeah.
kit? All right. Sorry, y'all. We've had too many chocolate kisses this morning. Might be the problem, right? All right, so the soil block maker comes with the small blocker. This is how they look brand new, y'all. This is how yours would look. Makes 20 of the 3/4 inch blocks. It comes with the Seed Starting Made Easy course where I take you through making them, growing them up, indoors, hardening them off, and getting them out to the garden. As well as you get your choice of either 3 warm season seeds or 3 cool season seeds. Your choice comes with 5 trays. Each one of these trays will hold 3 sets of 20. It also has the seed pan, our toothpicks, which is what we sow seeds with, and these great little wooden markers that I actually use for tools to mess around with my soil blocks if I need to, and a bag of the ready-made mix. This is a 6-quart bag, and this will make 500 to 600 of those little small blocks, y'all. So it's super space savvy. So you get all of this, plus this. Normal, regular price, I think, is like 89 something. Now it is $71.90. That's really quite a deal to get set up to actually soil block, for sure. All right, so let me show you some seedlings. And so this is a combination tray of leftover feverfew. And I just want to point out, these are so old, but look how beautiful they still are. All their brothers and sisters have been planted. And so we have some here. Look at this. Look at the roots on these guys. So this is feverfew. So this is 100 transplants on this long tray. If you need these bigger trays, this green tray, which is called our XL tray, I believe, is available over on our big website. But those are what the seedlings look like. And then we also, of course, the large blocker, which makes the 2-inch size block. Now, the 2-inch blocker comes with a little white nipple in it that you can pop out and remove. But is this the blocker and the inserts? This is, you're going to actually get the inserts along with the blocker. The white nipple that comes in it is to make an indentation to receive a seed, but I typically pull those out, put the blocker, the insert block in, and that makes a perfect hole on the top of your block to receive perhaps a eucalyptus or a tomato plant, which are some of the few things that I actually pot up from small to large. So you get the blocker and the inserts for $69.73, and I use the large blocker.
That's the wrong price.
Oh, it's $44.72. Sorry about that, y'all. But here are some sweet peas in the 2-inch blocker. Look at these beautiful roots. Can y'all see them right there? Those white roots coming through. And then here is some Cerinthe, which is another large seed flower that I grow, just coming up. So I don't use the large blocker as frequently as I do the small one, which I use almost exclusively, but when you need it, you need it. Now, the reusable foam trays come in several different sizes. This is what we call the mini. It holds 1 set of 20, on sale for $1.56, y'all, for 5 trays. This is what I start my tomatoes and peppers, stuff I don't need a lot of, right, on the mini. Then there's the small tray, which holds either 2 sets of 4 of the 2-inch blocks or 2 sets of 20 of the small blocks. Does that tell you why you always go small whenever you can, right? And then this is the size that comes in your kit. It holds 3 sets of 20, $3.16, $2.36, y'all. And we just wash them up and use them for years. They work really well. All right, sister, you want to take over?
So Burrell says, I learned how to grow in netting. Great way to space your flowers. Thank you for all your hard work.
Aw.
That's so awesome. Let's see. I learned not to combine varieties in one tray of seedlings,
go.
and that soil blocking is way better. That
Oh,
is
my.
so important.
Yes, yes it is.
All right, we're going to show you a few products. Woo, we're super zoomed in. Lisa didn't move the camera back. All right, that feels better. So we're going to show you our shear and pouch kit, and I have my shear and pouch on my pocket as I always do. The great thing about this pouch is that it has a clip. So the clip goes on your pocket so you don't have to wear a belt, and it makes it easier to get to. It's lower down on your body instead of up by your belt. The shears are a bonsai shear, and they have this spring here, and they're smaller, so they're great for a smaller hand or a woman's hand or a woman that's getting older that has less energy in her hand.
Like
than she
us.
used to. Yes, we used to do big Velcros, and they just are so big in your hand, you get tired after you cut a lot. So this is very gentle in your hand and works great with the pouch. You don't lose them. You always know where they are. Now, these are what they look like when you buy them. So this is the new pouch and shear, and it is a customer favorite. They're also sold separately. You get a 5% discount as the set, plus 20% off. So it's $46.29 for this set, and it's a perfect gift for any gardener or farmer. We use these to cut sunflowers, smaller woodies, but everything else we use these guys to cut with, and they're just phenomenal. Made in the USA. I'm sorry, this is made in the USA. This is our Bloom Saver. I'm reading them. Susie's moving the lines as I'm reading, and I read too far. So this is our Bloom Saver, which we call the Harvester, and this is just a great thing to have. It works perfect to take out to your garden if you're going to harvest some flowers, because you can put short stuff and tall stuff in here. If you put water in all three sides, it is great to pick up flowers from the farmer's market or from a retail location because it doesn't tip over in your car. And that is the reason to keep one in your car at all times if you're going to pick up flowers. And we have garden club ladies love these. They would puppy paint their names on them because they all have them and they all look so much alike. So this is our flower caddy, 3 compartments, prevents crushing your flowers because it gives them room. Home gardeners and flower farmers love it. Lightweight and easy to carry, travels well, does not tip in the car. Made in the USA, $49.56. And
It's my favorite,
yes,
sweet
please.
pea harvester and Iceland poppies, those just little
Yep.
delicate kind
Yep.
of flowers.
So here we have our, what we call our Bobo weeder. It's actually a dandelion weeder, but Bobo uses this to plant soil blocks in our Bio 360. It's got multi-uses. You can actually use it to weed, but we, like I said, poke the holes in the Bio 360. And this is just a nice heavyweight tool, $7.16 on sale, and another great thing you just want to have around. And then we have Hori Hori. We need to name our Hori Hori. This is a heavy tool, and everybody loves them. And men, if they're laying on a table at a show, have to stop and do this to see what's underneath. See, it has a serrated edge. You can see we've been using it. It's got a little dirt. Yours will be clean. It's got a serrated edge that's great for cutting roots. I call this our rock harvesting tool because this is made to go down in the soil and pry up rocks. You see the blade goes way into the handle, so it really can take that extra pressure of prying up a rock. It's great for perennials. You can also use this to plant the 2-inch soil blocks. You just stick it in the soil, you pull it back, and your 2-inch block will fit right in that hole. Cutting, digging, scraping. Anyone dig up dahlias? This is a great thing for digging up dahlias too. It's $37.56, and it is one of those forever tools. All right, Suzanne, read more comments. Suzanne's got to find some. Yeah.
Gloria is starting, this is going to be her first season doing their early spring.
Who is that?
Gloria.
Gloria's first year doing early spring plantings. Way to go. That's awesome. All right, sales reminder, 20% off until Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm sorry, that's changed to midnight now.
Yeah.
No pre-orders, courses, clubs, gift certificates, or prior purchases. Also on our big website, thegardenersworkshop.com.
Somebody named the Hori Hori. What is that? El Jefe?
Jefe. That's a good one.
J-E-F-E, yeah,
That's
that's good.
Jefe.
Melissa, good going.
Perfect, Melissa. El Jefe. Write that down, Susie, because you know I'm going to forget. Next, we have our sod and harvest knife bundle. These are all of our tools are our favorite. You know we don't sell a lot. We sell the ones that we use. And I personally, at home, use this guy all the time. This is the best thing to rip open bags of mulch or compost when you're planting. And we use a lot of compost. And even our pine straw we put down sometimes. This will cut the string real easy. Lisa uses this to cut the twine that gets stuck around the tractor and the tiller. It's also perfect for harvesting lettuce or greens, and you can use it to cut roots if you're separating plants. And this is the 2.5 inch, which is great for
Tough.
you really got to cut something. And then this is the bigger one, which I think would be better for harvesting salad and stuff. And you see it's serrated like a ginsu kind of a knife. The serrated edge is really sharp, and they are $7.96 separately, or you can get the bundle for $15.16 and get one and keep one and give one to somebody.
You'll use them.
I will use them. So this is our serrated scoop, and this we didn't know how many uses that we had for this, but Lisa's favorite thing to do is to dig up Lenten rose babies. She has Lenten roses in her shade garden, and she has gravel around it, and they're constantly throwing babies that start growing in this gravel. Lenten roses are just great. And she has not been able to dig up the ones out of the gravel to replant them in the garden until she met this guy. So the serrated edge just gets right in there and digs up that soil. It's also great for using for containers because it gives you a minimal amount of soil to get in those small spaces when you're potting up. Sharp, serrated edge cuts roots, vines. Pointed tip, good cultivator. Spoon shape works as a trowel. And great for scooping hellebores. Multi-purpose, $34.36. Get one today. So next it says Joyce Chins. Who took my Joyce Chins? You know I love my Joyce Chins.
And they're both over here.
Oh, Lisa was looking for hers in there with the show.
So they were over there cohorting together.
These are Joyce Chins, and these are my favorite scissors. I keep these hidden at my house. I covet these. These are perfect, sharp. You can use them to cut arranging flowers. The flower arrangers use them to cut their stems when they're doing that. You can use them to cut your chicken, like the bones of your chicken. I use it to trim my dog's feet, the hair on her feet. Tending seedlings.
Pinch.
Lisa pinches her seedlings with these. Ribbon, I use this to cut ribbon because they're so sharp, it just gives you a good cut. So the Joyce Chins are one of the best things since sliced bread, literally. $29.56, and what a great deal for those. And I've given them to my daughter, and she now also covets them. Just hide them from your children and your husbands, and they will last you and be sharp for a really long time. All right, so read some more. Okay, Susie's got one.
Brooke said she decided not to grow everything and to focus on less to do everything better.
Did you hear that? Brooke decided not to grow everything, but to focus on less and just grow them better. And that is the best advice ever.
Yes,
Came
for
from
sure.
my sister, I'm sure. All right, watering can. This is our long spout watering can. Isn't it beautiful? And the greatest thing about this is it has a nice slow pour. So it's perfect for watering your seedlings. It's also great if you have an arrangement and you need to refill it. You don't want to take that arrangement over to the sink. This can go right in there in between the flowers, and you can fill up your arrangement without disturbing the flowers too much. And it's just beautiful. If you use it to water your indoor plants, you can just leave it sitting on the shelf. It's 4 cups, and it is $23.96, and it's just one of our favorite things that we like to have around. Next, we have our Japanese hand hose. These are great tools. So the Japanese hand hoe comes in a right hand and a left hand, and it is very, very sharp, has a point on it, and the way we use it is that you lay it flat on the surface and then sink it down about an inch, inch and a half, and you simply go through the soil like this, like you're cutting a stick of butter in half long ways. And what that does is it does not disturb a lot of weed seeds, because if you do this weeding, you're piling up fresh weed seeds. So every week when you go out, there's going to be more weeds for you to have to weed. So when you do it this way, after a few weeks of weeding once a week, there's no more seeds on the surface because all of those seeds have already germinated. So it just saves you time. It also works great for large weeds with this big pointed end. And you can also draw a trough to plant your seeds in. It just makes easy work of it. Carry one around with you in your yard and you'll find a million reasons why you need to use it regularly. So these are $23.96 and you get to choose left or right when you check out. Reminder for our giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have not already got on the wait list for our giveaway, do that now. And at the end of the show, you must be present. We'll randomly choose one person to get 25 buckaroonies in your account so you can get some great gift for yourself today. So be sure to hit that button and get on that list, and we choose from that list.
So just a reminder, guys, that through Sunday at midnight, everything in stock, products, here in the app as well as on our big website is 20% off. That excludes, there's no pre-orders, courses, club memberships, gift certificates, or prior purchases. And it's like stocking up before spring because I don't know about you, but I'll be showing you in a minute some flowers that I'm starting the first week of January. Do you realize if you order that today, you'll have it just in time to be ready to roll. So remember to stock up for spring.
And I just want to read that Tina says, Joyce chins are the best, but you better order a few, laugh out loud. You're going to want them everywhere. I agree. You want one in every drawer.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, my sister-in-law has always said that she doesn't want a sweater in every color. She wants one great quality sweater that she can wear with a lot of different stuff. And it's kind of the same way with tools. You don't want a bunch of different tools. You just want one or two that are really good and last. And that's what we tend to offer here, right? All right, so let me share my secret for preventing weeds, and that is the biodegradable film. This is 100% compostable. It comes black on one side and a light side on the other side. It's 48 inches wide, which means you can use it on up to a 36-inch bed because you need it to be longer or wider than your bed so it goes down the sides and goes down on the ground a little bit so you can either put mulch on it or dirt to hold the film in place. That blocks all the light from getting to the weed seeds that you've brought to the surface, and you use the light side up once it warms up outside. And when we make beds for fall, winter, and very early spring, we always put the black side up. We want that benefit, right, from the sun solarizing. So this is a great product to get on sale too, y'all, because once you use it, and there's definitely a learning curve, but once you figure it out, you will never go back. So it's all 48 inches. It comes in a 20-foot piece, a 50-foot piece, and even other sizes. And friends, a 20-foot piece is on sale for $11.96. 50-foot pieces are $19.96. The labor saving that using biodegradable film allowed me 12 years ago when I started using it is what allowed me to really warp my farm up. And so it is a great buy when it's 20% off. And here's another one, floating row cover. We use the lightweight row cover. It provides 4% or 4 degrees of added protection, but we really use row cover to protect our plantings from blowing cold wind and grazing animals, whether they're deer, golden retrievers, or rabbits, right? And it can float on top of your plants, meaning you can use it without hoops, but we don't recommend doing that, only for short-term use. The hoops, which you can find over at thegardenersworkshop.com, really give you a lot of options. So the row cover it's all 6.5 feet wide. It comes in a 20-foot piece for $10.36. Comes in 50-foot pieces for $21.56, and there are larger sizes. It's easy to cut and won't fray. And you can find the bigger sizes over on our website. And this is the time of year. Literally, I called up to the warehouse yesterday and said, I need more row covers here. And so you want to have those on hand because we're heading into that kind of crazy weather, right? And we hold them down by using the weight bags. and she's always been this way, y'all, since she was a little girl.
I had to live with you.
15 pounds is what we have found to be the target weight of a weight bag. That truly keeps covers down even in rolling wind, which we have a lot of wind here. The bags come like this, and you fill them up with either gravel, soil, or sand, whatever you have on hand. We use gravel. Has a string at the top that you just tie it up to hold it. And so these, oh my gosh, you can never have enough weight bags, by the way. A 10 pack is $8.76. A 30 pack is $23.66, and you get 60 for $42.05. You will know I use these to hold down insect netting and silage tarps as well. All right, sister, lay it on us.
So Jill says, Lisa, I have learned everything about flower farming from you. Some of the best things I have learned from you are how to succession plant flowers and when to actually plant cool flowers. Thank you so much. You're truly the best.
Aw. Y'all, it's what keeps me going. So here's another thing you need to stock up on, and that is soil, y'all, blocking mix. So this is our 6-quart bag. It is on sale for $12.76. We do have a 20-quart bag available over on our big website. This little bag will make approximately 500 to 600 of those little blocks. And what's different about this? This is the opposite of other seed starting mixes. This binds together because the soil is the container, right? You're not trying to get it light and fluffy like container type potting mixes. It's alive, y'all. It is not sterile. It's living soil because it's compost based. And so 6 quarts, $12.76. You will never also have enough of that. We recommend sifting all seed starting mix, even the ready-made mix you just saw, because what most people don't understand, yes, there's chunks in it, y'all, but guess what? That's the biology that's actually in the soil. That's where all the stuff lives. And you want that in your garden and in big containers, but you don't want those big chunks in your seed starting mix. So we recommend sifting. This fits perfectly on a 5-gallon bucket. Y'all, this is on sale for $19.96. You will find so many uses. So we would sift peat moss or cocoa fiber or compost or our ready-made mix and just put the chunks into something else. But your seed starting mix is what's going to fall through, and it'll have you going for sure. And then, friends, these are the best gloves ever. That's literally what our customers named them. Suzanne and I have sold thousands of these, thousands and thousands at shows. And they're lightweight Atlas nitrile coating. This is a medium, and this is the way you want it to fit. You want it to fit kind of like a pair of pantyhose. So you can sow seeds and do every little job. They're very grippy. Quilters use them. Golfers use them. Brick masons use them. I mean, there's just so many different uses. And friends, their regular price of $8.95, but they are on sale for $7.16 a pair. I can tell you I've been wearing these since before 2005. I think I looked it up. 2002, my sister-in-law gave me one of the first pair ever to come out, and they were all white, believe it or not. I have worn this style glove for all those years, and I have never once come through the end of a pair, ever. And we wear them day in and day out. You can get a 4-pack for $25.56. Not only do you want pairs to back you up for your garden and farm, but these are just great gifts to have on hand to just really have some hostess gifts, but think Easter and Valentine's. I mean, there's just so many times that you'll love these. Who doesn't want a new pair of gloves? $7.16 or $25.56. And they come in assorted colors. You don't get to choose a color, but if you buy a 4-pack, these are the colors, right? So totally love them.
All right, Tina says, Lisa and Lane, the latest seed talk was excellent. I learned so much. My husband is in the process of making some bins for leaf mold.
Oh, awesome.
And Shirley says, would love to see photos of you two darlings when you were children. Well, I went on my Facebook. It's a little blurry. Know if you can see, that's our big brother, and I'm the bald one. I have grown a little hair, but I still don't have much hair. And then there's Lisa with the big smile.
Oh, boy, y'all. All right, so now guess what? It's the Bouquet Studio with Susie Q.
All right, guys, we have been doing this the last few weeks, playing with, let me put this down a little bit, playing with our big, gigantic cylinder that you can do so much with, so we're gonna have some more fun with that today. And I wanted to show you, here's our little cylinder we're gonna use. I gotta get all my props, sorry, give me a second. Because Lisa's over there reading comments and not helping me. Okay, so today we're going to use our little Easy Arranger, and the Easy Arranger, we have the triple pack, a 4, 5, and a 6-inch for $17.20. What a deal! And you can.
Where is the stuff, Suzanne?
She didn't pull it.
Oh.
I have I think this is the 5-inch, and it comes in a 3-pack, and you can actually take the 3-pack, open it, get some little, what are these called?
Organza bags.
Organza bags.
Hershey Kisses at work again.
Put each of the individuals in one of these little organza bags, and you can have 3 gifts. So this is the 3-pack, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Now this, she just brought me some Hershey Kisses. Bad girl. All right, so this one, you can use it on any size container that's a little bit smaller than this, and you just simply poof it up a little bit in the middle, and then you press it down over the edge so that it kind of stays snug around. Lock into place. So we are going to stick this down in here, and as usual, I've not done this before, so we're just going to kind of wing it. And then Susie got me some moss, which I don't know that this is real moss. It looks more looks more like some kind of thread, so it's artificial. It's not real moss, but it still looks really cool. And I picked this one because it looks better with our little cabbages that I plan to use in our arrangement. We've done so much holiday stuff. I thought I would do something that's more versatile that you can do for holidays or any day. So we're just going to take this and start putting it in the outside of our container.
Have y'all noticed there's a theme in our family? We've never done this before, but let's do it live on a show.
We just go wing it. And I was thinking that you can squish this down as far as you want. I'm not sure about how much I have, if it's going to fill this up.
Oh yeah, I think you'll have plenty.
Got plenty. But I thought that we could bring the edge of the moss up above our mechanics so that it will hide the mechanics of the little.
And would you do that after you put the stems in to go the rest of the way?
Yes, probably so. So we'll do a little bit of this. I don't want to stuff it too much. This stuff is so fluffy. I'm in love with this stuff. It is so fluffy.
Where'd you get that, Susie?
Yeah.
I figure it's Amazon. Where do we get anything? All right, so we're gonna do a couple of the sides just to make it look better. And when I turn it around, you're gonna see the back side's naked. Okay, so because this Easy Arranger has such big holes, you can use it for small stems or large stems. And so I'm gonna stick a few of these big ones in there. You see how it makes it stand up. And I had thought, sister, can you go get me some of that wax myrtle? We have wax myrtles, the shrub, southern wax myrtles in some of our displays or some of our set in the back, and I just love it. Everybody go and plant some wax myrtles. They're so versatile, and they just make the cutest greenery, and they last pretty good too. So I'm just sticking these in to make a pretty little.
You got clippers.
I do have clippers. I'm going to cut some of these smaller, a little shorter, to go in a little bit down lower. But these cabbages are just so gorgeous. I hate to not use them. They're sitting here. You've got to use them. They're so pretty. So we're going to cut some of these off a little bit and stick them down a little lower. And then we have the wax myrtle.
They have blue. If you live in the mid-Atlantic, these are native. And so they are huge native bird attractors. We have eastern bluebirds coming out our ears because of these southern wax myrtles. Sister, show them the berries that are on these.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you see how the Easy Arranger makes them stand straight up. So here are the berries. They're kind
on
of
the stem.
Here on the stem. You can see it better on that one. Some of the birds have had their way with some of these, I think.
There's a good one.
So I'm just going to stick a few around the edge to help. Yeah, this is a really good stem. And as usual, you do not want any greenery down in your water. You want to make sure you use flower food to help extend the life of your flowers. But we'll just put a few little waxy myrtles in there. Oh, this one flew away. I like him. Let's stick him in there. So this is my quick and easy arrangement with the Easy Arranger. And now I'll show you this side is all party. This is the business side. You can see through the back how the stems are being held up by the Easy Arranger and the inside vase. But of course, I would cover that all the way around and stick some more flowers on this side. But that is the quick and easy, beautiful arrangement for any time. I mean, you could use this for Christmas. You could stick a few pretty of our green bulbs in here. And instantly, even with the colors, it turns into Christmas. So don't think everything has to be red. There are lots of other colors for Christmas. And now I've made a mess, and
That's really okay.
now it's Lisa's turn.
Well, I wanted to show y'all this. First off, this will give you a little trivia tidbit. You know, when Suzanne and I were growing up, this is to the parents out there that have kids that fight and bicker all the time. Suzanne and I did not get along until we were, what, 20? 25. I mean, we fought like cats and dogs. My brother picked on me, I picked on Suzanne, and it was tough. And so that's the hope. And Suzanne and I have worked together our whole adult life. And so just wanted to share that. And I also, while I was just standing there waiting to come on, y'all, these are hairy balls, totally not part of the show today, totally dried. And this is what they look like dried. I mean, this is why I like to cut them when they're really small and immature, because they don't bust open. Anyway, that's just a sideliner. So now I want to show you some of those cards, which I don't see the cards, but I'm sure they're here somewhere, of the stuff that I'll be starting right when we come out of the new year, right after New Year's Day is over. And so, you know, just another trivia. Did you know that I'll get all of my seeds from the warehouse, which means I am starting the very same seeds that you are getting off the shelf. My seeds come right off the shelf next to yours. And we always try to store our seeds with keeping them cool and dry, and that's what these desiccants do. And so these absorb any moisture like condensation. A 2-pack is $2.95 or a 10-pack is $9.95. And there's a really sweet comment, sister, that I was going to read. So this is Kim, Kim has been out hanging out with us for a really long time. I've seen her name in so many different places. It's never too late to learn something new. I bought the Cool Flower book back when it was published in 2014, but thought soil blocking was too intimidating. But I read the book hundreds of times. Finally, in 2020, when Lisa did meet me on the porch during COVID, I took the plunge. Now I start everything indoor soil blocking, and I just turned 70. Love growing cut flowers to give away. Oh, Kim, what a sweet story. That's super great.
So this is Edward. I knew nothing about growing cut flowers, but we wanted to grow them for our daughter's wedding. I started watching Lisa's videos on YouTube. The first time I watched the live show, it just disappeared. Wait.
I won the gift certificate.
I won the gift certificate. Immediately I bought the cut flower handbook. Through much effort and persistence, we had plenty of cut flowers for the wedding. That's so awesome. Most of the seeds were from the Gardener's Workshop. We could not have done this without you. Y'all's support and products. We love to hear that. Send us pictures.
That is awesome. And we are collecting all these comments somewhere, aren't we?
They save.
They do? Okay. All right, friends. So what am I starting when I come back in January, which is only in 3 weeks, y'all? 3 weeks, right? So first up is that's when I start all my stock. Stock I do not plant in the fall. It's too quick to bloom. And so this is the Cat's Blue single stem. I plant 8 rows in a 30-inch wide bed, y'all. You can plant a lot of stock in a very small space. So that's the blue. This is my favorite, the white. This is the tallest one I grow. This is the Cat's High Double. Really love this one. It's tall and it's got all these voluptuous blooms. And Again, the first week in January, I'm starting them. Stock is 90 to 100 days to bloom. We have it for Mother's Day. It's a great addition. It has great actual fragrance, which people appreciate. And look at this one, the cherry. That is just so very beautiful. Cherry blossom, they call it. It's such a soft, beautiful, great Mother's Day. And then there's just the pink, which is a little bit deeper and darker, right? Love that. And then this is the cat's yellow, which really isn't yellow, y'all. It's ivory, but I love it. I love that color. And again, all of these have such great fragrance. So this is lavender blue, which is a softer purple. Just so many colors, right? And then this is, do we actually have cheerful yet? Yeah, I was gonna say that one's been replaced. And then it's the apricot. That's just such a hot color, right? Now there's only one series of Sweet William that I actually will plant in very early spring because it doesn't need a cold treatment, and that is the Amazon series. This is the cherry, which is just always such a nice bright color, as well as this is the purple, which is my favorite. It is pretty vibrant, y'all. The heads are big. That's one head right there. Totally love that. And this is the Rose Magic, which is multicolored. Love having that. And so we fall and very early spring plant all of those. And then, my friends, straw flowers. Big crop for us. This is actually the peach mix, which is one of our just favorites. And they are dry when they're born, y'all. They are long-lasting, beautiful flowers. And if you're just learning about straw flowers, the mix is a great place to start. Get introduced to all the different colors, and then most of these colors are available as solids here in the shop. And again, everything's 20% off, y'all. Here's my favorite bouquet color, bright pink. Or actually, this is silvery rose. Sorry about that. Silvery rose, but bright pink is similar, and they're both just great in mixed bouquets. And then there's white. And all of these are great fresh, and they are great dried. Here's bright pink. He's just pinker, right? Love this stuff. Love straw flowers so much. And then this is a showy, cheery color anytime. Really love that, right? And then, oh, there's more, y'all. Look at this dark color. This color is called purple red. You don't want a ton of this, but it's so great to have one stick to put in bouquets. I would plant a quarter of any other color that I was growing, but it is really beautiful. And this is such a great, the copper red color. The native bees are really attracted to straw flowers, and they love that color. And then my favorite color, y'all, the orange. How lovely is that, right? All right, friends, it's time to wrap up. It's getting warm in here, y'all. It's time to wrap up, and we're going to be doing the Q&A at the very end. But just remember, the shipping rates I told you about are only applicable here inside. That's a special shipping offer here inside the app. Remember to check out all of our free resources over at thegardenersworkshop.com. There's videos and blogs and our podcasts. And we have two. We have Field and Garden, as well as Seed Talk with Lisa and Lane. And this Wednesday, I am hosting the Ask a Flower Farmer at 3 p.m. on Instagram. And remember to meet us back here on next Friday's show at noon, as well as Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And then I do pop-up shows.
The Wednesday theme?
Oh, what is the Wednesday theme?
The Wednesday theme is Jingle Bells and Jingle Balls. Your favorite bells and balls.
Jingle bells and jingle balls, your favorites. That's all I'm going to say. And that's going to be Wednesdays. And again, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. You're just the best ever. We appreciate all your kind words. And we just hope that the gratitude sale helps you out if you're trying to get your spring stuff going. 20% off in-stock products on the website and the app. Exclusions apply, and the sale ends midnight on Sunday. And friends, we have a winner of our $25 store credit, and it is Julia Harrison. Julia, if you are here, give us a shout out. Y'all, I'm taking this off. Whew, I'm getting hot, and even that little thing's making me feel even hotter. Julia, if you're here, give us a shout out in the comments, and the girls will drop a $25 store credit straight into your cart and ready to go. So let's take a couple of questions here. All right, from Tina, you asked me to remind you about my idea of using compost tea instead of plain water to wet potting mix for possible better germination. Thank you. Oh, and Julia's here. Congratulations, Julia. The girls are dropping a $25 store credit in your cart right now. So thank you, Tina. I'm going to do that. When I mix my soil for our soil blocking, I'm going to use compost tea water. And I wonder if you're going to do it, and we'll just have to really figure that out. All right, just discovered you. So excited to try flowers. Zone 9B. We'll be using raised beds. How deep do I need to make them for flowers? Not sure if roots go deep and wide, especially the really tall ones. I mean, you can count on almost all plant roots go a couple of feet deep if they can penetrate. So, I mean, for raised beds, anything, the minimum for is 6 inches, but I have some as much as 18 inches. So anywhere in there, just good drainage is what you're looking for. And congratulations. Welcome to the flower world. All right, got about 3 inches of snow yesterday. My stock, ranunculus, bachelor buttons, and nigellas are out in the field. Should I cover them with your frost cloth before it goes away before freezing? I can't say anything about the ranunculus because I don't grow them, but bachelor buttons and nigellas are probably fine. Stock, you know, I think 10 degrees is their cutoff temperature. So it won't hurt once you can get your hoops in and cover them with the row cover, as long as no frozen precipitation is coming. Can desiccant packs be reused? Yes. As long as they're not tight and hard, you know, they can still absorb. But when they get super hard, that means they're full of water. You can look online. There's ways to reuse them, but it's quite a process. Do you sell the Lazy Susan that she's arranging on? No, we do not. That was actually from one of our tables. Is there an identifier in the seed description to show if seeds are pelletized? I buy 50-pack seeds for the last 2 years, but don't trust that I can do that with pelletized. You know what? You could call up and ask. No, there is nothing on the seed packet because, is there, Susie?
I thought we had a note on the product.
I think the note says if it's pelletized, that it could be, because we don't know. They just come that way. But you can definitely, before you place your order, you can call up and say, hey, I want to know if I order these 2 flowers, are they pelletized? They can ask the seed department and they can tell you. But that's the only way, because we don't know either. So friends, thank y'all for joining us here today. I can't wait. The season is getting revved, and it won't be long, and we'll be showing flowers and talking flowers again, my friends. And we're just so grateful for all of you guys. And thank y'all for commenting. And until we meet again. So friends, till we meet again. Ciao.